When you have God, you have everything. That's the goal, in my opinion. It's not just, yes, I have faith in God, God's going to meet my... I'm talking about even deeper. I'm talking about where you're walking around knowing I'm an expression of God, not just intellectually. You feel it, you know it, you feel your oneness with the universe. That's what I'm talking about. That's the goal of life. That is what Jesus Christ taught. That is what Yogananda, Krishna, the great sages have taught. The goal of life is to know your oneness with God. And how do we know our oneness with God? We develop that consciousness and we make God we trust God, we rely on God. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we can put that aside and we can say, you know what, that's fine. Faith in God's fine. Knowing my oneness with family. But I want this. That's going to make me happy. If I just had that right person, that would make me happy. If I just had more money in the bank, then I would be happy. If I could just have the right job and be doing what I love, and, it would be so great to do what I love, and yes, that would be great. But without God as the center, it'll be disillusioning. There'll be some letdown, because she ain't going to always be happy. He ain't going to always be sexy. There's going to be paperwork in the job. There's going to be customers you'd rather not have to deal with. There's going to be some aggravations. One sage said, behind every rose bush of pleasure is a rattlesnake of disillusionment. God is the one and only source. And it's so easy to take that for granted. But it is. Just acknowledge right now that God is your source, that God loves you, that right now there is an intelligence listening to you, that there is a presence that's seeking to express on your behalf. You don't have to earn that. You don't have to read another book. You don't have to listen to another talk. All you need to do is know it and trust it. Seek first the kingdom, and all these things will be added unto you. Charles Fillmore, the co-founder of Unity, said, as you begin to seek first the kingdom, you'll begin to see good unfold in your life. You'll begin to see doors opening up. You'll start to see a flow of greater abundance in your life. What do you need in your life? God knows. God knows what you need of. Father knows what you have need of before you ask. God knows the good that will benefit you and me. God knows the good that's going to fulfill the longest, deepest longings of your heart. Ask the presence to show you, to guide you, to be your source. And that presence will begin to fulfill even the slightest need. When I was traveling to Virginia, I drive usually, and I like to listen to talks while I'm driving on my iPod. And one of these messages I was listening to is a man named Donald Walters. He was a prolific author. And he was talking about, he was a monk, his life. They call them swamis in the Hindu tradition. He was a swami. He had not a lot of stuff. Although he'd written many books, he could have been a multimillionaire had he been seeking profit from the works that he did. He could have been a multimillionaire, no doubt. But that wasn't the lifestyle he chose. So he lived very simply in a spiritual community. He built these spiritual communities. They're around the world now. I lived in one of them. And he told the story of how every year he would like to celebrate his birthday. And this one time he went from Northern California, where he lived, to more Southern California to just spend a day celebrating his birthday. And he didn't have a lot of money. And he said to God, he called God Divine Mother, Divine Mother, I would really like to celebrate this birthday with you. And It'd be nice to just have a day to be in a hotel and so on. But many of them were sold out, and they were very expensive. He went into one, hoping there'd be a room that he could afford. He walked into the room, walked in to check in, and out of the blue, as he was checking in, the man said, "You know what? I don't know why I'm going to do this, why I'm going to say this, but tonight's stay is on the house." That's what was needed for him in that moment. I've never had that happen to me. I don't need that. I could pay cash for the hotel room. But that's what he needed. And he felt loved. And he celebrated. And he had an awesome birthday celebration. That's being born to be rich. Born to be rich.